this is Roger with iGadget Geek. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new AT&T HTC ONE M8. Now you can pick this up at any corporate AT&T store as well as on their website. Now the no annual contract price, basically you're buying the phone outright, costs you $669.99. If you want to sign a 2-year contract, you can pick this phone up for $99. Or you can take advantage of their financing, the basically zero interest financing. The next 12 plan, which is 20 installments, will run you $33.50. The next 18, which is 24-month installment, will run you $27.92. Now just some of the basic features about this phone. Basically you have a nice 5-inch display at a full 1080p. You have 32 gigs of internal storage. Now you can expand that with a micro SD card slot up to 128 gigs. You get 2 gigs of RAM. You get a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon processor. It's the Snapdragon 801 chipset. Now it weighs about 5.64 ounces, so it is a heavier phone, but that is due to the fact that it is all aluminum. You get, they say it has a 2600 milliamp hour battery. You can get up to 20 hours of talk time. That varies the battery usage. I personally use this all day, and by the end of the day I have somewhere between 40 and 50%. So me personally, I have no problem with the battery whatsoever. Now this does have something kind of interesting. It has HTC dual camera with autofocus and dual LED flash. It has a 4x digital zoom. It records video at 1080p full HD. It has a 5 megapixel wide angle forward facing camera. Well, here's the box, so let's go ahead and dive on in and we'll kind of take a look at what all you get. Of course you get a pamphlet. This tells you about the actual dot view case, and it's pretty interesting. You get some more information here on the HTC One. Of course the phone itself. Inside of here you get a USB to micro USB sync cable. You get your wall wart and a nice set of headphones. I still like the fact that HTC continues to include a set of headphones. A lot of other cell phone manufacturers have stopped including headphones with the brand new phones. HTC though still includes them. Now this no longer has the Beat software, but it still does have the dual forward facing speakers. Now on the very back, as you can see, I kind of have the gunmetal. You have the HTC logo. You have the two rear cameras. You have your 1-2 flashes. And you also have a secondary mic right here, and the NFC also works without a problem on this all aluminum phone. So you can see you have some brakes here, and that's what allows this antenna to work so well. Now here on the left hand side you have one door here, and that's your actual SIM door. Now on the very bottom you have of course your sync and charge port, your headphone jack, and the mic is actually built into the speaker. Your LED flash indicator is built into the top speaker. You have your forward-facing 5 megapixel camera, and then of course your light and proximity sensors. Now on the right-hand side you have a volume up and down rocker, a second door, and this is what houses your micro SD card up to 128 gigs. Now on the very top you kind of have a nice little plastic band here, and the power button also houses the IR blaster. So let's go ahead and we'll power this up and we'll kind of dive right in. Alright, I've repositioned my camera to kind of give you guys a close-up view of the HTC ONE M8. So you can see on the lock screen you have some quick shortcuts. Now those are representative of whatever 4 apps you have right down here in your taskbar. Now of course this does come pre-installed with a lot of the Google apps we've come to see and expect, as well as the AT&T apps. So you get your home screens here that you can adjust, but if you go all the way to the left, you actually have that new blink feed, which is part of HTC Sense 6.0. Now if you pull down your notification menu, we've seen this with KitKat. You actually have all your tiles here, and you can actually go in here and rearrange those tiles in whatever order you would like, which I think is a nice addition that you're able to modify those things so you can customize your phone a little bit right out of the box like a lot of us like to do. You have your dialer right here, so you have your main phone. One of the neat features about the dialer, you can go in here to menu, and you can go large dialer pad. As you can see, it makes those numbers much larger. So if you don't want the big numbers, you can go back to standard dialer. So it gives you a little bit of options there as far as size. Of course, you have your history, your phone, your favorite contacts, all of that good information right there. Now you also have the ISIS wallet, which allows you, basically it's kind of like the Google Wallet, allows you to use your phone to keep track of all your credit cards and stuff like that. Now you press that button there, you go to your app drawer and you have all your apps here. You can actually have those apps in folders within the app drawer, so that's kind of a nice feature. You have a lot of applications that you can actually add here to the home screen. You have a lot of tweaks and everything. Basically you zoom out, pinch together, and you can disable your blink feed. If you don't want blink feed, you can remove it, and then basically you want to press and hold it and take it right over to the trash can, and you can remove blink feed, disable it if you don't want to use it. And then you can of course add shortcuts. You come here to apps, add apps or widgets, and you have all of the widgets we've come to see, especially from HTC. They have that real nice contact widget. You have your calendars, all types of widgets that we've seen from HTC Sense, and they definitely didn't leave you out in the cold with HTC Sense 6.0. Now if we go in here to settings, one of the cool features you get with, of course, HTC Sense is the fact that you can come in here and personalize it. You have themes. So you can change some of the default colors of your band. So we go right here, we'll hit apply. Yes, we want to apply the wallpaper. As you see, we've kind of changed the whole look and feel of our phone. The top bar here stays black and charcoal. So really nice out of the box. With HTC, you do get some of that customization that we've come to see and expect. Now, of course, the camera. Once we dive right into the camera, you have a lot of really neat features into this software of the camera. So you can come right into here, and of course you have camera, video, zoom mode, pan 360, dual capture, which in other words, that'll take a picture with the back camera and the forward-facing camera at the same time. You have, of course, your selfie, and even within camera, you have a lot of different settings. So we'll go right in here into settings. As you can see, you have all of the settings right here that we can tweak and change. We'll go right here to the camera settings. So you can see we have the makeup level, image adjustment. We can crop it to where it's taking a wide-angle photo as opposed to a standard 4.3, which is a nice addition. And then you can actually come in here, self-timer. Your storage you can choose. If you have an SD card installed, you can actually choose that SD card as your default storage. You can turn continuous shooting on, and camera options here we have touch to capture, shutter sound, volume button option. We can do volume, capture, or zoom. So that's really nice. They give you a lot of really good features within that camera. And in fact, you're able to actually take photos and retouch up the focus on those photos with that dual camera. So the camera, while it is not a very high megapixel camera, it does take, in my opinion, some very good photos for the fact that it's only a 5 megapixel camera. So if you're not doing a lot of zooming into the photos after you take them, most people are not going to tell a big difference between the cameras. So that's been my kind of introductory video to the HTC One M8. Now stay tuned. I'm going to have some more videos like we've got here. As you can see, there's a custom skin from stickerboy.net in a two-tone, red and black, on my custom HTC One M8, and it is running the latest version of the Viper ROM. I'll have a full review of this Viper One ROM here in probably the coming week. Now also stay tuned. I'm going to have a bunch of case reviews. You know, I've got some cases from Spigen, we've got some cases from UAG, and of course we can't forget everyone's favorite Android cases, some cases from Cruiser Lite. Now that has been my full review of the HTC One M8. Remember, you can pick that up at any corporate AT&T store for $100 with a 2-year contract, and with that you get $50 off a Fitbit Flex and $50 Google Play credit. Now you also can get those credits if you take advantage of the AT&T Next installment plan. Now this has been Roger with iGadget Geek.